Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to explain the linear workflow strategies in Maya. I have a scene here with a lounge chair and a vintage camera. I added some textures and materials to the scene. Let me explain. I have, let's see here. So on this chair, just painted that on. I used Substance Painter to paint the texture on the chair. And on the base of the chair, which is a metal base. These objects here have an MIA material X, and I just replaced it all with a chrome. This exercise is just to see how these materials and textures react to the light when we use linear workflows in Maya. So now nothing else is in the scene. There are no lights, just the textures and the materials. Let's check this for a second. I'm just going to go and hit Control A to go to the attribute editor and go all the way to the right. The last tab will be the material. So the MI material X, I just replaced the color with texture. The texture is JPEG. And then this one here is just a chrome, and I went to replace it with a chrome, stuff that we've already seen in class. Now for the floor, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. If I render this, I'm just going to see, of course, it's mental ray. There's a Maya default light on right now. We would probably want to take that out, and there's no shadow. There's only like shading on the objects, but there's no actual shadows from any light sources. There's nothing there yet. There are some reflections, but that's about it. And right now, I would go ahead and this is not necessary, but I like to do this just to clean up everything. Get on my command bar, turn off the enable default light, and also start working with a smaller resolution here. Display the options, test resolution. I'm going to go 25% less. And here we go. There's no light in the scene. I'm going to add an area light right away. So create lights, area light. Just move this area light up. Press 7 so I can see the result on my scene here. So I'm just going to go ahead, and this is very weak right now. Increase the intensity. Actually, I'm going to increase the scale of the light. You can see that this is an area light, so the scale makes the difference in terms of lighting the scene. Move it up. That will be fine for now. And I don't want to have like a constant intensity. I would like to have a quadratic decay. So I'm going to turn this on, but then we have to bump up the volume, the value of the intensity here. So intensity is 1. Let's do 200. Let's go 450. This looks good. This light has shadows, ray traced, and let me commit to a view. So I'm just going to turn on my frame gate, frame my content here, and then just click this button here to grab a bookmark. And let me just render that. This is good enough. Now I'm getting, a very directional light. Let me go to the render settings. Let's bring in an indirect IBL light. I'm gonna go ahead and find an HDR image. So it's not here. Let's go We have an environment HDR. And once I bring this in, I always have to go to the final gather and turn on the final gather. And let's hit a render. I'm going to keep this for comparison. So that's good enough. Now what we're getting is the directional area light and the IBL. The IBL is like some sort of environment that helps us fill in the scene. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up the linear workflow. If I go to the render settings in the command bar, we're going to set up the linear workflow. The linear workflow is enabled through the color management tab here, and I will explain to that on a second video, on the video next. I want to just explain only what the linear workflow does, so I'll continue the next video.